the lovely Emmy Kosgei, who is my guest this morning for the Friday chat, and we'll be talking to her shortly. But just to show you what else we'll be having this morning for you on the split screen that just coming up, there we go. That is from Safari Park Live. Dr. Creflo Dollar is in the country and will be in that meeting this morning, talking to Nairobi residents who will be attending. He's a senior pastor of the World Changers Church International, and the conference is dubbed Kenya's Change Experience, happening this morning, and we'll be taking you live there as soon as the program officially begins. He's set to get to the podium at around 8:30. As soon as that happens, we will be going live to the Safari Park Hotel to hear from Dr. Creflo Dollar, who's in the country for a short visit. So do stand by for that. But first, let us continue with our Friday chat here in studio with Emmy Kosgei. It's lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you.
Should I be saying a different name? What is your husband's name?
Emmy Kosgei Madubuko.
Madubuko.
Yes.
Madubuko. Yeah. Okay, Mrs.
Yes.
It's good. You look lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Thank you.
And it's amazing to have you back in the country because you're having a huge event pretty much this weekend, and you're celebrating 10 years of being in the industry. Talk to us about what that 10 years has been and has meant for you.
Thank you. It's a very long journey that we are celebrating, marking, and just looking back and giving thanks to God, to our fans, to people who have supported us, to family, to my lovely crew who have been with me for the past 10 years, and telling our story, where we've come from. Most people have known us maybe from Townet or Ololo or the latest album. But this anniversary celebration is just to give our musical story and our journey, where we've come from, the challenges, what we've been through, and to the stage where we are in today. And we hope our story will inspire someone, a musician, a gifted person, to know that, you know, it starts from somewhere, and you've got to keep going. And I always believe in life it's good to give thanks to God and to people who have worked with me. There are so many people behind the scenes who have prayed with me, who have supported me, who believed in me when I didn't know even how to sing, and took a step to believe in my talent and my calling. So this is probably one of those events to give thanks.
It's a giving thanks. And it's amazing you say that, because it's no mean task to have come to a decade in one's career. But when you were starting, 2004, did you imagine it would be like this 10 years on?
Never. It never crossed my mind. It never crossed my mind. I thought I would only do church music. And because I grew up in church setup, my dad is a bishop and my mom is a pastor as well. So growing up in church setup, I knew how I would be doing, you know, church choir, praise and worship. That's how I grew up. So to do music and to get this far, it never crossed my mind.
And what do you think was that thing? You of course alluded and just appreciated some of the people who've supported you. But what do you think was that tilting point that things changed from just church music and just small time in terms of ministry going to a large scale global reach out? What do you think was that change?
I think when I did my second album, that I slowly got into the market. When I did Kaswech, most of my fans know the song, and that was the first song that the media asked me to interpret, to put English interpretation, because it's a prayer song, and it came out at that season when we were going through a very tense moment in the country, just before the election, 2007 and after. So the song made a lot of meaning, but I didn't record specifically for that period because I didn't know. I just recorded, but God, as God have it, that's how it was meant to be. And that was my first video that came into the market. So when now it opened my doors slowly. I got invitations, you know, openings here and there, and I got my first travels to South Africa and to America. Then when I came back is when I did Townets. So doing Townets just blew up everything. And I would say after the promulgation of the new constitution, that marked my next level in music, and it has never been the same.
Yeah, I remember your performance at the Uhuru Park and the then First Lady standing and dancing along. It was amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I was so shocked. I kept looking at the front. I was supposed to at some point turn a bit.
Yes.
But I could not even engage my crowd because I was like, oh my goodness.
Gosh.
Everybody's up and I was seeing her dancing, going down, coming
enjoying,
up to the end of the song. And when I saw the screen on the right, the whole crowd were just, I was so moved. Like, I never expected it. And doing vernacular song, and then it's a very, important day in our country. Yeah. That was so divine.
It was divine, And amazing as well that you have stuck to your language, to the vernacular music. And yet, a lot of people still, come along, love it. Some don't even understand, but they know you're praising God. And, like, whatever it is, we know she's praising God, and we're going to dance along and hum along to what we can be able to say. What is it that has kept you committed to that and stayed and not... You've done, I think, a Swahili song, a different one. We'll talk about the new album. But what is it about sticking to your roots with your music?
I think I'm one person who believes in our roots. Yeah. Because that's where I've grown up. I've grown up in the village. I grew up in the village. And our cultures are so rich. With the diversity, with the westernization and everybody wanting to ape the West, I think there's something about our roots that is so, it's undiscovered. It's a mystery. It's something very rich. It's beautiful. It's very rich. And it's something different in the market. And one of the things I know, people want to see something different. Okay, something unique, something, extra than what they are used to be seeing. And there's nothing sweet than doing something you easily identify with. Yes. And talking about vernacular, I'm so inspired by our diverse cultures and seeing what is happening now in the world. Let me not say my country or our cultural backgrounds. There's a lot of negative branding to our vernaculars, our roots, until we have a generation that we were almost bringing up a generation where people fear to identify with their own cultures, leave alone their names. And I believe, and I'm grateful to God that my music, with other musicians, I've played a key role in, having all of us, appreciate our cultures, our roots, and traveling and seeing people how they love my music. They don't understand. Exactly. And they just identify with it, and they say, this is Kenya. Yes. This is our own music. They sing along. You'll see on Sunday my fans who don't understand, but they can sing along. It's so amazing. So I decided to stick with it, and I love it. I love it, and I think I'll go all the way.
All the way with it. There's no turning back or changing. And I think that's what we need more of you, to help and more musicians to come out and do the same, to help everyone remember that the roots are very important. No matter where you go, they always say home is best. Home is best. And home, even here, looking at it from the angle of roots and where you're from. You have a new album out. We have it here. We'll perhaps look at and get that shot so that everybody can have a look. Talk to us about this. How long have you worked on it? Some of the songs also on it.
I've worked on this album for the past 2 years. I finished the last video in June. Yes. June this year. I released the first song last year, Sabejeso, just before our wedding. And it's a very powerful album. In it, I have a Pokot song called Obistena. In a way, I did the video to pass the message of disarmament and to tell our communities and our people down there, those things that we hold on to so dearly, those things that may be so negative sometimes or hurt some people. When Jesus comes or when God comes, all is vanity. So you better hold on to God. So it's a very beautiful song.
And powerful message as well.
Yes, thank you. So it has 9 videos. And the last song, I did Sabejeso in Kalenjin, and then I did in Swahili. Yes. That has done very well with Radio Maisha in the morning. And basically, it's a beautiful album. It's my latest production, and every song has its own uniqueness. So
you said, how long did it take to do this, to put?
Since last year.
Since last year.
Yes.
And there are videos for, is it all songs or most of them?
Most of them.
Most of them.
And I've put our swearing in performance. That's an extra. Oh, yeah.
Swearing in performance.
Yes.
Talk to us about the swearing in performance.
No, the performance at the Kasarani.
Oh, yes. So the promulgation. Yes, that was amazing. And you'll see. I think you've already seen the picture, everybody, of the new album. Sabei Jeso is the name.
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means Jesus is alive.
Jesus is alive.
And there is nothing he cannot do.
Yeah.
So wherever thing you're going through, the song just is out there to encourage each one of us that you should not give up. Keep trusting in God because he is alive and everything is possible with him.
Yeah.
Yes.
You mentioned in one of the songs talking about disarmament. So for you, other than praising God and singing the songs of worship, it's also about the current issues, the real issues that are on the ground with the people and being able to address the same. And that's interesting to see that coming out because we don't see a lot of that with most gospel artists. So what got you to do that as well?
I think it gets to a point in our careers, and being a musician, you know that you inspire many lives, and I got to know that I have lots of followers. I have people who love what I do, and I inspire them in a way. So any message that I pass to them, they get to listen to it and they take it very seriously. If in a positive way I can impact their lives, then why not? So for God, for me, they really love my music. And for a long time, they've been asking me, where's our song? I did Turkana songs, you know, and I said I'll work on it. So I'm so happy that finally I got the words correctly with a very serious coaching of Tekla Larupe and Honorable Pogisho, who took me through the pronunciation and recording the song. So it's something that I'm excited about. And now we'll do tours to these places to just talk to them, talk about peace, talk about, you know, peaceful cohesion among communities. I also, being a goodwill ambassador with the NCIC, so we do such to preach message of peace and integration among the communities.
And that's amazing. That's beautiful work you're doing, Emmy. What's happening to mark 10 years since you got into the industry? What are some of the things you're doing?
We are doing serious rehearsals with my band. Yes. And we hope to give a very beautiful performance, administration to our fans. And we will be doing from our first album, from Katao Banda. Yes. And we'll be doing the best of each album to our fans. And we invite everybody. The entry is free. You just come and have fun. We'll have a lot of giveaways. So just come and enjoy yourself.
That's on Sunday?
On Sunday at NPC Valley Road from 2 p.m. to 6. Yes.
So when you say giveaways, what shall we expect to get? And what's the criteria if I want to give away from Emmy?
You just come. It's a secret.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's, and also today you have an event.
Yeah, we have an event. Yeah, so our program is just so tight. I'm going to Korogosho, to Light and Hope Center. This is one of those things that I do apart from music. I'm their Goodwill Ambassador. This is a center of kids with all kinds of disabilities. And I'm inspired by my daddy's story. I always talk about it, and when I see people with any kind of disability, I feel I have an obligation to tell them my story and to encourage them that, you know, it's not the end of life. If my daddy gave up or ended up in the streets begging or all that, maybe I wouldn't be where I am today. There would never be Emmy Kosgei. So, but because, you know, by faith, and he believed in himself and thought, you know, disability is not an ability. So anybody else out there who are in the same situation, these are kids who are born in slums, and there, you know, they can't get any special, you know, treat because, you know, of the situation. So this is one of the things that I pioneer, I push for, I advocate for, I lobby for them to get some support. And I'll be going today at 10 o'clock with my fans. I posted and we selected a few people who want to go with me to see what we do. Yes, so it's today.
It's today.
Yes.
Amazing. And we wish you the best, and we'll talk more about your music. But let's shift gears to Family Matters. How's husband doing?
He's doing fine.
Yeah.
He's out of the country at the moment, but he'll be joining us for Sunday. As I always say, you know, God blessed me with a wonderful man.
Yeah.
And who loves me so much and supports what I do, believes in me, and pushes me to go forward, you know, to to be a better person and to do my ministry in a better way, which I'm very grateful. And for me to have been here for around 2 or 3 weeks to just prepare for my event, I mean, not every man can do that. And I'm very grateful. Yeah, so marriage is good. Yeah. Nigeria is good. We are free from Ebola.
Hey, yes, we're starting to think, boy, our Emmy.
No, I'm good. I got a lot of tweets.
Yeah.
Are you safe?
Are you safe?
You know, and all that. So we are okay. Yeah, we thank God.
So adjusting has gone well so far, settling into the culture. I'm sure now you have a lot of those outfits, the beautiful Nigeria.
You should see me with a gele.
With the whole shebang, the headgear, and all. That has been no difficulty in settling in?
No difficulty at all. I've, you know, slowly by slowly, you know, fitting in slowly. You know, the good thing is I'm allowed to be myself, to be who I am, and without changing my brand. Slowly, so just to a few things, which I'm doing it, and
like what?
Like eating habits.
Eating what?
Eating, habits. Yeah, and types of food.
So how different is that compared to what you were used to?
To eat. Now I do a lot of chili.
Oh, the food is hot.
It's hot. Extremely hot.
Extremely hot.
Yes. Yeah. So, they do a lot of seafood. I don't eat seafood.
Wow.
So I've tried little by little, and their type of food mostly is not like what we have here. So, you know.
What's the most popular food there?
Jollof rice.
Okay.
And
which is what?
Which is rice. It's very small pieces of rice, not like basmati, and then it's mixed with a lot of things, fish. You know, it's a very rich kind of, you know, food. Yes.
So you're adjusting to that.
Yes.
The seafood and the heat as well.
Yes.
You know, in African traditional society, which you very well appreciate, when people get married, then the next question becomes, Sasa, watoto wanakuja lini? Wangapi?
Very soon. We are celebrating our first year this month. Right. Actually, the same day of our concert. We are marking our first year, first wedding anniversary.
First wedding anniversary. Do you find that people argue about that question a lot? Because I think people should be left to their own. You know, they're married, it's their life, they should decide. But
with
people tend to, when in the public eye, everyone is waiting.
Are you okay?
It's like our child, our marriage. Yes.
Everyone like owns you.
Yeah.
So they want to know, are you okay? You know, so they ask me lots of questions. But most people, everyone, when they see me, they say, okay, we can tell that you're doing good.
That you're doing good.
And every mother would ask, so next, Lini. So very soon. I'm sure next time I come here, I should be having good news.
Good news. Amen to that. And we're wishing you the very best.
Yes.
In terms of, because he runs a church there, have you gotten involved with ministry in that particular church or other activities in support of him there?
Yeah. I think the most beautiful thing about our marriage is we share a lot of things in common.
Yeah.
And we have a very common ground, and such that he appreciates, he loves what I do. He loves my music, and I also, you know, support him. I like what he does. He's kind of preaching and all that. So we work together, you know, very closely in harmony. So in ministry-wise, you know, we do a lot of things together. In church, I support him so much because that's like his, you know, calling.
Yes.
So I'm there to support him in church activities, planning projects, events. He travels a lot. I travel with him. He's preaching, I'm singing, and so it's been not bad.
You know, for many people, everyone has ideas of what marriage is. You're told, oh, it's going to be this beautiful thing. Some people scare you out of it. They tell you, there's honeymoon for a while, but you wait, you'll see the real man after a couple of months. So for you getting into it, being there now almost 1 year, is there anything you thought it would be that it hasn't turned out to be, or you thought it wouldn't be yet it has been?
One thing I was just thinking, how will it be, is settling there, adjusting to Nigerian culture, yes, and being able to do what I do, being able to sing, being able to travel, to do, you know, to continue with my calling. But to the contrary, I think my ministry has gone to a better, higher level, so I can do better. I'm exposed to, you know, different type of crowd, different kind of things, and actually the exposure and the marriage has given me a whole different experience regarding my music, my career, everything. And as you said, people scare you. They would say, it's not easy, going all the way. It will be, Nigerians, Yeah, but I would say marriage is good.
Yes.
So no one should be scared of it. It's fun. It's you make it.
But there's also give and take.
Yeah.
There are places of sacrifice. You don't always have your way. He doesn't always have his way. Isn't that always that as well?
Yeah, but the best thing is you take it easy. You don't go there like, I must have it my way. No.
Yeah.
You just agree together. You work in harmony. And they always say you should be friends. Once you're friends, you're able to discuss about anything, work out things without strife. Because you don't want to outdo each other. You don't want to show that you're better or you can do this. No, you work together on a very, very neutral ground. So when you understand each other, you love each other, and so there's no competition.
Yeah.
But when you want to show that you are this, he wants to show you, that's where the problem comes in.
The problem begins.
Yes.
Some people, when they go, for example, to America, after 2 months, they'll come back. So now you still speak the same, but everybody will be like, my sister, I'm going.
You're looking for that.
To me. How come you've not picked on the Nigerian accent?
I don't know. Maybe soon. I will be saying.
Maybe next time when you come, you'll
fine or something.
Yeah.
Maybe soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he has the accent.
He has a little bit. And I think the reason why I'm not so much affected with it is. He's not into it so much, and because of his exposure, his exposure and his ministry and all that, he's been able to, polish that because of his crowd. So bado hajani affect nayo.
Yes.
And his own people, his children, they are not brought up in Nigeria, so their English is quite different.
Yes. And you leading to that question of him having children and you coming in pretty much as now a mother as well to them. How is that? Do they call you Emmy? Do they call you mom? How is your relationship with them?
Let me start with the church. One thing I had to adjust to is being called mama or first lady. To them is a status. It's not about being older or having children. So I'd never gotten used to. I'm still trying to get into, because it's a huge responsibility. And even older people call you mommy, it's not a small thing. Or first lady. So at home, the kids, because they are all grown up, they are married and all that. So, but they call me Amy. At some point, they can call me mommy or mama. Some places I would go and they at the mall, and they would ask me. They would say, "This is our mama." They're like, "What? What do you eat?" You get my point? Yeah, but they are beautiful kids. I mean, they respect me. They love what I do. I mean, it's their blessing.
And it's always a very important part for everyone getting married, especially in a situation where there are kids, to be able to have a good relationship because that makes everything easier. We're going to go into another music break, and we're going to continue chatting with Emmy briefly after that. Remember, we're still going to be going to the Safari Park. Creflo Dollar, the pastor, is speaking there this morning, so do stand by for that shortly as well. But first, the music break. And our Friday chat continues this morning with Emmy Kosgei. She's marking 10 years since she began in the gospel industry, and her life, great success has come with it and great blessings. Got married, 1 year anniversary about to mark that. When is that going to be?
On Sunday.
On Sunday as well? Oh, it's exactly 1 year on Sunday?
Yes.
Amazing. But had you heard of the rumors that you guys were heading for divorce? Gospel artist came and said, "Oh, I actually spoke to Emmy's husband, all is well, those are just rumors, forget about it." Did you hear about that?
I heard about it when I was on my way to Boston, and I was with my husband, and one of my friend musicians called me, and he said, "Oh, don't listen to what's going on." And I was like, "What's going on?" I said, "Don't worry, it's just people, I not seen it." Yeah, that's how I heard about it.
Yeah.
But people always talk. Unfortunately, in our society, we have people who actually want to sell their blogs or their stories with negative,
lies.
With lies. And one of the most sensitive things is to lie about serious institutions like marriage, and it was unfortunate. But people who know me, would understand it's pure lies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of the rumors you've heard out there, and about you, and you think outrageous? And how do you deal with these things that people will say, they're lies, and sometimes you don't have the luxury of calling a press conference and saying, by the way, Peter, this is a lie,
Yeah, I think once you get into limelight, one of the major things when you impact lives and you're making a difference, one of the most notable things is when people start talking about you, not only positively, but also negatively. So not everyone would always celebrate you or talk great things about you. You can't miss one or two people who want to bring negative things, and people do it with different motives. I believe so. It comes with it. So I learned to take it easy.
Yeah. And
I don't concentrate to it. I don't even jumbo it. I don't give it attention because it's not true. So you can't keep on telling people, oh, it's not true. People would know these are just pure rumors. So it's been part of my career all through. And I think some things that have pushed my career, a notch higher is also the negative things that people talk about it. So it makes people want to know more about me.
So it's not such a bad thing.
So it's not a bad thing. It's good. It's mileage.
It's mileage.
Yes.
There's a picture I saw as well of, it was apparently you in Nigeria walking, I think it was to a shopping mall with bodyguards. And I was like, whoa, talk about lifestyle change. Is that the case?
Life in Nigeria is quite different from here. And status and many other things come with so many things. And being married to my husband and what he does and all that, and because of insecurity and many other things, you're entitled to security at some point. So it's one of those things that I've had to adjust to. Yeah. To work with people around me.
So how many do you have?
To have security, to have armed policemen around me, to have assistants and all those protocols. I'm not used to, but I'm trying. I'm learning to adjust to the culture. And not being able to just walk out and go to a mall or walk out to go and eat and just sit there. There has to be someone watching and all that. So
how many bodyguards?
It depends on where I'm going, but probably I would have one armed and a few protocol that just look after me.
So Emmy will never just be driving alone. There'll be like 3, 5
policemen and
other cars. How many cars?
No, I don't do many cars. It depends on the occasion.
It's the package. You have to protect the package.
Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah. It
don't go to, but what can I say? It's just to adjust to it. Yeah. And that's their culture.
That's their culture.
Yeah, and that's his status. So.
Yes. Somebody said recently also about Nigerian men that they are, it's the way to go. They were saying, these Kenyan ones are... Since I'm sure you, of course, dated before, what would you say? Comparing, even with the culture and the life there, and how men, now you're being treated. Should women head towards Nigeria?
Of course, all of the women are welcome.
To Nigeria?
Yes. But I would say... it depends on who you marry.
Sure.
It's a personality, it's a personal thing. Because some men are not outgoing, some don't like showing, some don't like treating their women for some reason, because of cultural, again, backgrounds. And I would say the lifestyle in West Africa is quite different from Kenyan ones. Not that the Kenyan ones are bad, but that's how they've always grown up, on treating their women or their wives. Or
so they're raised to spoil the women in their lives.
To them is you show how, say, wealthy or how loving you are, but by not treating yourself, but your woman. Wow. So your woman, explains who you are. So you would tell by seeing they invest so much in their spouses and all that. So it's their culture. It's their, that's their way of life. Yes. So Yeah, so we can't say our own men are bad, but I think with the
let's just say they were not raised the same way.
They are not raised that way. So it's so hard to expect a Kenyan man to be like that. Not because they are bad, but the culture and the environment. Yeah, maybe I don't know, but because of the culture, let's say, and the environment, that's not our thing. That's not a Kenyan thing. Our women are very aggressive as well, and we work so hard. We treat ourselves, we buy our own things, we do our own things, but they wouldn't allow you to just go out there and do this, buy this. They want to be the man. They want to be
the ones. Yes, they've got it covered.
Exactly.
Yours is to enjoy life.
What will people think if they see my wife there doing this and that, or repeating the same thing, or driving this type of a car? No, I have to. They spoil their women.
So do you cook, or is it gotten you covered? There are people to take care of your every need. You cough, there's somebody running.
Yeah, I'm adjusting to many things. So I wouldn't say, again, I said with the kind of setup, and
there's a lot of support.
There are a lot of things, support all around. So I wouldn't, every woman would love to cook for their man. So once in a while I do it.
Yeah.
But mostly, yes.
You should get him in some Kenyan cuisine.
Yes.
Do you do that for him once in a while?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Nice.
He likes it. I've introduced a lot of, and he likes tea, so.
Good. Yeah. For 10 years being in the industry, what has been the highlight for you? What is that moment or two that you can say, this stood out, this was big, this was major, this was, I'll never forget this so far in my career? What will that be? I've
had a lot of highlights in my career. Right from Townnet, the promulgation performance, which was, the next lead, marked, a new beginning for me as well. And then I performed at State House at one of the garden parties, and I remember the president then, I did 2 songs, and when he finished, normally he greets people, then he goes back, they do the anthem, and then the thing, it's the end of the parade. But that particular day, he came, he greeted everyone. When he came to where we were, he spent like 10 minutes just talking to us and asking about the songs. Where did you record it? The videos, the studios. So I kept explaining, and I'm like, am I speaking to the president? And he was just holding my hand. I was like, Jesus. And he said, did you bring CDs? I said, yes, by then the car. He said, have your people sell them to all this. They don't allow hawking in State House. But he said, sell to everybody, the dignitaries. I said, okay. Then the next thing he said, once I'm done greeting everyone, repeat the same 2 songs.
Wow.
It was not a common, normal thing. But he went around, he sat down, and we went back on stage and did 2 songs. Amazing. To me, that was it's not a common and usual thing. Then we did Kenya at 50. It was 2 months after my marriage. And then we got a call, and I was to come to do the garden party at the Uhuru Gardens. They said they want it exactly at midnight when they're raising the flag. So it was great. Yes.
All right, so our time is up. We need to cross over to Safari Park. So finally, your words to your fans to come on Sunday
at Safari
not Safari Park, at
NPC Valley Road, from 2 to 6 p.m. We will have a lot of fun. I'll be doing my songs from Katao Banda to the latest one. The entry is free. We'll have guest musicians. We have Bahati. We have about 10. And the most amazing, we'll have likes of Mary Atieno, Kasanga.
Everyone
so come and be blessed. And yes, we are looking forward for Sunday.
We wish you the best. Thank you so much for coming through. And we celebrate you. Keep doing the good work.
And thanks to you guys.
You're welcome.
Standard Group. You've always supported me.
Always a pleasure. Emmy Kosgei for you this morning. Wonderful, wonderful songstress. And join her on Sunday as she marks 10 years of her career in the gospel industry. Now cross over to Safari Park.